Hello everyone, welcome to my craft room. Thank you for joining me today. It's day 66 of the 100-day project. I'm slowly getting there. Today I've got a few things I've printed off from Mrs. Cog, and this one is called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I've taken a few little pieces off of there. This is the Land of Oz, and yes, I am going to do a Wizard of Oz journal. I've got everything. I printed these two to a page, and I will do, I think, a proper page size as well. I've got some material that I got from when I was on retreat, and this is the other page. So I just want to make a couple of tags and just show you what I've done basically. So this tag, you can see here, I've got the little ball chain, and I've got a little Dorothy. You see that one? Where is it better? Is it there? Anyway, Dorothy and her shoes. This little card I've popped on with brads through this card, and then I've backed it, so I've sort of stuck this down halfway. Just another little piece from the kit, and put a bit of cheesecloth behind it. Then I made little teeny weeny tags, a little backing like that, and I will show you how I did the little tab on here and on here. Another little bubby one that goes back there, and I just attached one of the castle charm that I've got. So I'm going to do not exactly the same, but something similar today. The way I did the little tab, I've got some vellum that it came from a craft notebook that I bought from Target, and I thought, well, I'll just use this. I'm just going to stamp on, cut on. I thought that would be different. So I just cut that one out. Whoops. And then I'm just going to do one on the barcode for a bit of interest. And then we'll do just a plain one. Okay. Now hopefully you'll be able to see this. So first thing I did, that's why I thought I'll do it on the darker one to start with. First thing I did was fold it in half. Okay, pinched it with my nails. All right. Then I got my scissors, and just off center, just start down at the bottom and go in and basically make another half circle. Okay, you can stick that on the other side. It didn't work the last time I did it because my fingers weren't working. This was yesterday. I had everything organized, and then Joe came with the kids, and it is going to work this time. So you can do it the same, and there you have your little tab, and it's a little bit like the whale tail. Okay, now you can keep one of these if you want to, but I actually just did fold it in half. So if you haven't got the whale tail, you can do this with any size. So you just eyeball it and go around. If the fingers will work. And then we've got another one. And then with this one, again, wherever. And that's a bit wonky. So you don't have to, you can just eyeball it like that. So what I'll do is I'll punch a larger circle for you. There's my, and I might use a piece of paper with me. I'll just get a piece of cardstock. I've some up here somewhere. Oh, wait a minute, I've got some just sitting here. So I'll just do a larger one. So this would be more like the size of the whale tail, I guess. This is 1.5 inches. So same deal, fold it in half, crease along the top. Should do this in a handy hint, shouldn't I? And then you can see about how much I do, and you go in towards the center and just up a little bit. Okay, and then I just pop that, twist it over, and that way you've got the same. When you've got one that you really like the shape of, keep it as a template. And there's another little one. Okay, now the whale tail itself, as you'll see, is a little bit different in that it's just, see how that, whoops, it's got the little, that little bit, so it's a little bit of a different shape, but we're improvising. Okay, and you could probably do that as well if you wanted to by where's the punch again? We're getting off the track here, but that's fine. So I'd probably, you need a little piece on the side, so you just go in a little bit like that and turn it. Oh, done it the wrong way. Start over this way. Dopey. Oh yeah, that's right. No, it's down a little bit, sort of like that. And then you come so you go in a little bit. Oh, let's forget this. Circle it and straight up. There we go. Now I've got it. Okay. So you come in a little bit. Bit of a corner and then straight up, but that's still not quite, but that style would do it as well. I think I didn't come up high enough. You see, I needed to come up a little bit more, but there you go, that's something different as well. So play around with your circles, just play around and see which one you like. You know, do different patterns on each side and see how it goes. God, we've nearly had 10 minutes and I've done nothing. Okay, sip of coffee. And I'll show you. Basically, I've started. So I've got my two Tracy and Andrea's tags, and I'm going to have them like that, and I'm going to put this little bit of cardstock, and this is the Wizard of Oz, so this will sort of be my first tag, I suppose, in my journal. I've got some little brads. Now I don't know what happened, but my matte forceps have magnetized for some reason. Got no idea why it's happened, because they're just stuck in a piece of foam like that. Go figure. Anyway, I'm not a scientist. I pulled out of science years ago. Okay, and I think I might pop a little piece of gauze, cheesecloth, whatever you want to call it, behind that. I'll just open it up, I think. My corrugated card there, it came from packaging, and all I did was ink around the edge, go over the top, and I think I showed this in the first part of this video, if I decide to put that on, because I started that yesterday and the kids came, so we'll see what it all looks like together. And then I'm just going to pop a little piece of that over the top. I did actually pull the backing off it, so that will get used somewhere else. I just want to put a little bit of glue. Mara was using this and it's gone. She left the lid off overnight for me. God bless her. And off this, but this was lucky it's not dried out. Lucky for her. Does anyone else like having their grandkids and hates having their grandkids? Love them to death. So exhausted by the end of we had them last night until about 8 o'clock when Joe went and picked up his son from his dad's down in Adelaide, which is a 2-hour drive. So it means that we have them for 4 hours while she goes, and while hubby's at Roxby, it's a bit hard to expect them to sit in that car for all that time. Oh, now I've cut it off too much. Oh well, we'll just stick a bit more down here. And this way, with the two of them being sick, it's really, we've had them a little bit more often. There we go, that's fine. And I might just use like fabric glue on this part. Come on. I know it's cold. Yeah, so I'm just, well, I'll just get on and do this. Do this one. And just get a few little bits ready for the journal. Now what I do now is I've got my pokey tool and I've got my, yep, I'm in just into that corner, poke, there, poke. So I didn't need a lot of glue. I just pop them like that and just open them up. I've got to learn how to edit and you know, just do a little bit of a fast forward. I know how to put the two videos together now, so I need to have a play around and just edit with fast forwarding and all that sort of stuff. I've got the fade out. I suppose I should just use an old video that I've already uploaded, and it won't matter if I muck it up, just to play and see how we go. So there we've got our focal point, and I'll just do a bit of, see, I could be fast forwarding through this, couldn't I? Ink around the edge there. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that in the middle there. Like so. I still want to keep some of the corrugation. I don't want to get rid of it all. So I just gently poke that down, so it just, that would be a nice, just on its own like that. Okay, so then I want to pop that on here, and basically I'm going to have one little tag that goes in the side. So we will just do across the top, down the side, and the bottom. And then just attach that like so. Just put the lid back on that one. Okay. Now I'll just, where are they? Perhaps I'll do this one where they meet. It's sort of similar colour, similar colourings. I was trying to tell Mara last night the story, and I said, we're going to have to sit down and watch the movie. I said, you'll love it. Nanny used to love it. Oh, did you really, Nanny? And so I was telling her the story by looking at these pictures in the digital, and she was amazed. She just loved it. And I thought, well, that's a good indication that it might be a good book. I did do ages ago, when she was first born actually, I did a what do you call them? Oh my God, mini album of Alice in Wonderland, and I've got that there ready for her for when she's a little bit older. I've got a fairy one there too that I'm going to give to little Greta, because they've made her a fairy garden over in their garden for her son. So I've got those sitting in all ready for my little girls. Little boys, I don't know. I did do Jackson, the eldest 17-year-old. I did him one like of all his school photos, and he's got that in his little big treasure box. So when these littlies all start school, I'll have to do the same for them, I suppose. So I might have to make one earlier and get it all ready for them. So that's all I did. And then I just used, and I might use the darker one, I just used that to pop on, and I did use stick glue, but we'll use the art glitter because my stick is not working because it was left undone. And that's all I did. I just stuck it onto the edge like that, just like you would your little whale tail. And that just slots in there. Now you could do a couple. You could have one down the bottom and one sticking up at the top, whichever way you want to do. Then we did a backing. Oh, I've used that before, haven't I? Let me see if I can get this working. Got to get all the dried up gunk off it. Now we're away. Yeah, I must have used it, and I was going to cut those out, but I must have put it back through for another reprint. So I hope to do a couple of videos today. I've got to go up and have a meeting with the the salvos tomorrow to see what they want me to do, and when they want me to do it. So that's going to be interesting. See when I can do my videos, and Peter's going to have to do more babysitting. That'll be good for him. The kids are slowly going more to him, which is great. It was all nan 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 nan, and you know, it's all mum mum mum, and but now they go more to him, and he's interacting a lot more with them. And I mean, he had a lot more to do with our kids than any dad would have, I think, because I worked as a nurse, and I did a lot of weekend shifts because that was when he wasn't working and he could look after them. So he used to take them to sport. I did alternate weekends. So one weekend we all went off to their sports, and the other weekend, excuse my arm reach, he took them on his own. So going off to netball, and luckily the football was in the morning and the netball was in the afternoon, and oh my gosh, and then we started coaching them, and he coached them too. He coached the netball and played netball. How we ever did all that, you know, you look back and you think, oh my God. But you do it, don't you? You just do it. Just get in and do it. I'm exhausted thinking about it now. Okay, so that's what we did there. So that's all covered up. Now you can quite easily just leave it like that, but we just went one step further and popped a I don't know where I got this. That's a gunmetal type colour similar to that. So I'll pop one of those in. Hand doesn't want to steady. I'm putting it a little bit further to the top so that I can thread the ball through. Yep. The ball chain. And I've got a little bit of a gunmetal-y colour here today, so we'll put, if I put half of that, it should be enough. Yep. Now, where did I put my pliers? Oh, just a sec. I've got myself a new little set from Spotlight, because mine were all starting to go rusty, and so I thought I'll keep them in a little case. So now I've got these two are from my old kit, and they still work really well. So I've got a couple of pliers, and so that I can use them for twisting. And I think they were only, I don't know if it was $25 or $30, something like that. I thought, oh, that's all right. We'll grab one. There was only one there, so we'll grab it. And okay, then I've got these little doovers. I've got no idea what you call them. No, they're the bright ones. We don't want those. These things that you pop onto your, oops, onto your ball and chain. A girlfriend that lives close by, she has a little craft shop. It was online, but I don't think she's doing that anymore. And she had lots of little bits. Actually, I might text her and ask her, because she had some great little bits and pieces, and they were all really reasonably priced. So I must have to text her and see if she's still doing that, because I keep forgetting to whip out there and have a look. Okay, now I will just pop. See, and we've got Tin Man and the Scarecrow. I might pop, I've got a lion charm, and I've also got, what is that? No, that's the scarecrow. These all I got online. That wasn't the scarecrow, that was the Tin Man. That's the scarecrow. Perhaps we'll put the lion and Toto. How about that? I've got a little Toto there. Should I use that Toto, or I've got a, come out. Or that Toto. No, let's put those two. Move it, Janette, move it. Okay, so I will get those, and I will get a little jump ring there. And I might use the little house in Kansas there. Okay, so let's open up the jump ring. My jump rings are a little bit daggy there. These were a little bit skew with when I got them. So when you do it, you just twist them back to front. You don't do the twist them the other way around. So we've got that there. And that just goes over you. And then you just twist them back. These are very soft, so they, and then we've just got that hanging down. A bit cute. Okay, and a little house in Kansas. It almost seems as though it needs something there, doesn't it? What could I put there? I wonder if we put a little bit of paper across there, as though it's a bit of dirt. Put that across there, a little bit of texture, a little bit of oh, I know what else I'm going to put. A little bit of my masking paper. So that will go across there too. And then a little bit of this. Come on. There we go. And that'll just give it that little bit of texture across there. And then one of our brads again. Unfortunately, it's going to go through the whole card. That's the only thing. So if you do decide to do this after the fact, like I'm doing, I'll show you a little. And I just pop this on there first. So we'll just pop it. Yep. Oops. Get in there. So that's just going to hang like that. And always pop that little bit of foam or something behind to poke into. And then I might, what's this one? Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Oh, this is before they left home. So I'll just pop that over the brad. So you could put a little dot, little circle, little flower, depending on what it is that you're doing. But there we go. That's over there. Okay. So that's how I did the little tab on the side there. We've got the little hanger, we've got the little front part, and I've got the other one there as well, so I think they're going to look so cute in a journal. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Until we see each other again, happy crafting, and bye for now.